Welcome to WJZ.com. Welcome, Ed Hale.
Welcome back
to us online. How are you?
Good.
Web Extra.
Great to be here again. I love coming over here talking to you guys.
Cool.
We are
and seeing pictures of your baby.
And your grandson.
And showing you pictures of Larkin, my grandson. That was fun.
Oh, it's been fun. I've been sitting here with one of the most legendary businessmen in the history of Baltimore, and a Baltimore TV anchor. And what are they talking about?
Babies.
Yeah, there you go. And the
Don't let me interrupt. Don't let us interrupt. You guys just go on ahead.
You know, just to be able to hand them off to my daughter Ashley and you know, my son Eddie.
Oh, walk
yeah,
away.
Yeah,
just the good times.
And you know, their lives. We're talking about the sleep time for kids. You know that the whole world revolves around
sleep.
Napping and when they go to sleep.
Yep, absolutely.
And you gave her great advice. Shut the door.
Yeah.
Let them cry.
Yeah, let them have it. They'll get over it.
Yeah.
Wow. We're making this presentation for you the day before the Baltimore Blast opened their home season.
Right.
In a new arena. Matter of fact, we showed this on there. I'm going to show it one more time.
It's a great video.
This is CQ Arena, the fabulous new, well, yeah, we're still saying new facility at Towson. And look at that.
It's the first time that we've taken the carpet, put the carpet out, and had to put the walls up. So it was a lot of thought, a lot of actually a lot of money went into moving this and doing this. But this is the first time we wanted to see that it would work. We did a time lapse, and it worked. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it is. And you know, this was a big deal for Towson to get this built. I mean, Towson Arena was okay, but this is a state-of-the-art facility for now a major university, and we all know that sports plays in to the funding of a university.
Well, Towson is, you know, they always use Michigan State, Michigan, University of Michigan. We are the Michigan State of the University of Maryland, you know, up in Towson because there are 20-some thousand students. I used to be on the board with Bob Corrett when he was on the, you know, he was the president. We, you know, we have now, I think we're going to showcase this campus where you don't see much of the fields or the arena and the fields and the football field, but you'll be able to see it now because we'll have 4,000 people every game that typically have never seen this. So there's going to be, you know, there are going to be a lot more people coming out there, and we're excited about it. And let me tell you, when you come, I hope you both come to a game soon. I know you're going to. Just the lights, the seating, the sight lines are magnificent. It's really great the way that they have gotten this situated for us.
Now, you mentioned to us on the air, so we're not talking out of school here, and I'm not blindsiding Ed, that had you not have made the move, the Baltimore Blast would have ended.
Right. It would have been over. We were within probably a day or so. I literally had checks on my desk to go to Homeland Security for my visa players in various countries. For some of my players are foreign, primarily Brazil. And I had them on my desk, and I did not sign them until we made the deal with Towson University. And I made it with Kim Schatzel. I'm not being dramatic. That's exactly what happened. So that would have meant you have players that have been here for many years, their families, they're used to being here, they live in apartments in Cockeysville. You know, they would have had to get on a plane and go home immediately. And it would have been over. Yeah, not to mention our local staff. So it would have been over because it was to the point where it was moment to moment, literally, not being dramatic. And I'm not being dramatic. You know me, Marty. You know me a little bit, Lynn. I was really left with no choice.
Wow.
It's I'm trying. I know there's some sensitivity here. Look, you're a Baltimore guy. You have been the biggest supporter of this city, but it became an untenable situation at the arena.
Right, it was, and it really revolves around the previous administration. And they have a law department that was very difficult, what I call recalcitrant. That it was very difficult to deal with them, and there was just no. They said sue us. So if you say that to anybody, but particularly a guy like me, I'm a East Side Baltimore guy. I've been in Baltimore all my life, and you want to say that to me? That's the first thing I'm going to do, and I did, and I won.
And it's about the billboards on the side of Rofo, which brightened up that entire area.
Right, but they chose to appeal. I have a judgment against the city. This is all public. And I have a judgment against the city, and they just chose to go to the Court of Special Appeals, which we do on December 4th, this coming December 4th, in Annapolis. So, and the guy in the court, the city lawyer, When the judge ruled in my favor, looked right at the judge, he says, we'll see you in Annapolis.
Yeah.
You know, which was, I just thought was very poor form.
So fast forward the tape. The Blast now play how many home dates in Towson? We
play 11 regular season dates and 3 if we get into the postseason, which we expect we do. We will. You know, barring injuries and things, we will play 3 more games. So it'll be 14 games. So we're looking forward to it. I mean, it really is, you know, talking about all this negative stuff. On a positive note, some of the best deals you make are the ones you don't. If I had tried to make a deal with the city, it would have been a terrible thing. You know, with the cost, you know, the deterioration of the environment downtown just now. I mean, somebody gets pushed in the harbor, a woman gets a 2x4 in the face walking her child. You know, this is ridiculous downtown. There's no real policing anymore. They've got to get a grip on this because people are talking about this, you know, all over. You know, I'm not just saying it, and this is not sour grapes. I'm a Baltimore guy from through and through. But who wants to go downtown and take a chance? So we're out there where there's going to be plenty of security, parking, and in a beautiful arena with cheaper concessions and better concessions than what we've had.
You ran, for lack of a better description, Visit Baltimore.
Yes.
You ran that for how many years?
7.
You still have contacts in that community around the country. Are people picking up the phone to you saying what's going on?
Well, you know.
Or is this just a local story?
No, this is Baltimore's, you know, you hear Baltimore on all the Sunday, you know, I'm a political junkie. I listen to watch Meet the Press and Face the Nation and all that. People are talking about this stuff on the air, and they'll say Baltimore, Ferguson, in the same breath. And they look at Baltimore like our whole place is burning down. I went to a league meeting in St. Louis after the Freddie Gray riots, or during the Freddie Gray riots. They said, are you going to be able to go home? I mean, that's how people view Baltimore. Even though it was concentrated, we all know, because we're local, it was concentrated in one area. But people just got the impression that it was, this whole city was on fire. And it's talked about all the time. And the police, you know, we're all friends with, we all have people that are, you know, in law enforcement, first responders. They don't know what to do anymore. They really don't.
As a former chairman of Visit Baltimore, and I know that you're close to Catherine Pugh. You've known her forever. What would you tell the mayor?
I would, the first thing I would do is, you know, you got to take care of retaining the police by giving them raises. I would give them more money. I know it's easy for me to say because I'm not the one watching the budget in the city. Give them raises, you know, retain them. Maybe get some of the people that retired because they're afraid, get them to come back. And get them to come back in the city. And then, you know, make sure that you're retraining these people all the time. These people, the police and the fire department, are seeing such violence and depravity and death all the time. I think you have to take them away from it once in a while and talk to them about getting their minds right, that this, you know, you can't, you know, snap because you've seen so much of this stuff, this violence. So you have to, you know, the sensitivity training is what it would amount to. You know, I think that you have to do it because this is bad. You see it every day. You know, you become desensitized to it. And I think that that's a key ingredient. But giving them raises and retention of the police right now, getting more police is paramount.
Wow. Business-wise, is it still true that so goes Baltimore City, goes the area?
Yeah, I think so. You know, when I got out of the Air Force and like right around 1970, we had about 1 million people. Now there's 600,000 people. People are leaving. You know, I just think Baltimore is the center of the Maryland universe. We're it. And as Baltimore goes, most of the state goes. And you'd like to see Baltimore thrive again. I loved my job at Visit Baltimore. I got nothing. I actually didn't get a free hotel room or anything. You know, I just did it for the love of the city. That's not talk. That's just what it was. And when I did file the lawsuit, Stephanie Rawlings Blake walks up to me in front of a bunch of people and says, "You're fired." Oh yeah, in Las Vegas at this convention. And I've never said that out loud.
What?
Oh yeah. So, you know, I thought, okay.
What convention?
It was the ICSC. It was the shopping center convention that's really big in Vegas. You know, for real estate developers, and a lot of politicians go there. And, you know, it is the place to go for Baltimore, and in order to meet everybody that's, you know, movers and shakers. And I just happened to be standing at a pool with a group of people, and she taps me on the shoulder and told me that.
Really?
You know, yeah, you know, and it was like I'm being punished or something, but because I got nothing out of it, you know, other than I just did it just for the sheer love of it. I was named the William Donald Schaefer winner that year. She gave me a trophy for being the big promoter of Baltimore, and then I get canned because
Same year.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So they did that, and I'm just, you know, I just thought this is not a prudent move, and I don't know how many people have come and gone. Tom Noonan, who I hired, is gone. He's in Austin, Texas, and the other people there that were there, I don't know who's on there anymore. I've completely lost contact with them.
Wow, that's a loss. Hey, let's make a 90-degree turn.
Sure.
And let's talk about some great things that are going on. Transparency, we're good friends, and I can say that you're one of the great environmentalists in the state. You have a home on the Eastern Shore. Mm-hmm. You're very involved in hunting, in fishing, agriculture. Is the state of the state when it comes to ag, hunting, to the outdoors, to the Chesapeake Bay? How do you see it these days?
Well, I think it's measurably improved. You know, you have the Chesapeake Bay Foundation, you know, saying that it's getting better, like it's going from a D to a C minus to a C. If they ever said it was an A, they'd be out of business. So, you know, I know this, and, you know, I don't think it's spoken about in public much, but the fact that it's improving, and there's more fish, there's more crabs, there's more oysters. Now, it's cycles. I can tell you that the waterfowl that's down on the Eastern Shore that number is way up. I've been there for 24 years, and that number is going up. And you know, I think that people are watching over the environment a lot more. We're more conscious of it. When we go fishing, back in the old days, you know, I grew up on Bear Creek and Dundalk. We would catch fish, and as many fish as you could catch, you would keep them, and you wouldn't throw them back. Now everybody throws them back and tries to gently keep them alive. That has counted, and that's not talked about very much. So I believe that the environment is getting much better here, and you know, I'm out there in it all the time because I'm an outdoor dog, Marty. You know that, and I'm not an indoor dog. And people think that I'm kind of like I like to go to clubs and dinners and all that. No, I would rather
pee on a tree.
No, there you go.
I've heard you say that.
That's true, and you don't.
The economic impact of the Eastern Shore. How much during a hunting season? I think this is going to shock you.
Well, I could tell you that the Waterfowl Festival is going to start this weekend in Easton. The place is completely loaded with people. Last year there was perfect weather. They got unbelievable crowds. People go down there and frequent the Eastern Shore. There's more restaurants and bars and hotels. And when the waterfowl system is in, or the season is in, there are so many people down there that frequent all these places where typically they wouldn't go before because there was nothing really to do. It was kind of cold, you know, get on your boat like you would go down on your boat. There's no place to go that, you know, you want to hang around, and there's nothing really to do. With hunting, it really picks up the economy, and it goes from starting now until February 3rd. So it really takes a real, like a blank spot in the middle of the season and brings a lot of people in economically.
That's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's very huge.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to ask you.
What?
On a tree or not on a tree?
With Ed, I'll go on a tree.
Well, people are going to talk, Lynn.
Oh, it's still
People are going to talk.
I don't know what was more shocking. The news of the blast leaving downtown Baltimore, what you just said. Oh, my goodness. Well, look, it's great having you come in. Congratulations on a successful transferring of a civic, of a real source of civic pride, the Baltimore Blast. Have a great season.
Thank you. Well, we pretty much are, we have a few tickets left for tomorrow. We have another game next Friday. That's pretty much going to be, it's going to get close to being sold out. So we're looking forward to having big crowds there and really enjoying the experience and feeling safe and comfortable in a beautiful new place.
Awesome.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Nice seeing you guys.
I have a quick question.
What?
Okay.
Uh-oh.
If you walk up to a tree, do you have like a hand sanitizer in your pocket, or do I just do this?
No. Marty.
All right, everybody. Thanks for stopping by WJZ.com.